In the heart of Africa, giraffes are facing an uncertain future. With populations declining across the continent, could ranching hold the key to saving these majestic creatures? Today, we delve into the controversial world of wildlife ranching and examine how it's transforming conservation efforts, especially for giraffes. Join us as we explore a method that might just reshape the future of African wildlife. Giraffes, once abundant across sub-Saharan Africa, are now struggling to survive. The global population has plummeted, with some subspecies, like the reticulated giraffe, being classified as endangered. But what caused this drastic decline? Habitat loss, poaching, and human-wildlife conflict have all played a significant role in their near disappearance. Despite this, there are success stories, and one of the most interesting and controversial methods for saving giraffes is wildlife ranching. Wildlife ranching is a conservation practice that has taken hold in southern Africa. It involves the management and sustainable use of wildlife on private land, where animals are often treated as valuable assets rather than just a part of the natural ecosystem. Unlike traditional conservation areas where wildlife roams free, wildlife ranching operates on fenced properties where animals are managed actively and sometimes harvested for economic purposes. In southern Africa, the concept of wildlife ranching has taken off. This isn't just about keeping animals alive in zoos or national parks. It's about creating a thriving, sustainable economy where wildlife contributes to the livelihood of local people. The revenue generated from activities like hunting and ecotourism is reinvested into the preservation of the land and the animals. It's a model that has worked for certain species in South Africa, but is it the solution for giraffes? In South Africa, wildlife ranching has shown measurable success. The number of animals, especially giraffes, has been steadily increasing. This success comes down to ownership. When landowners view wildlife as a valuable asset, they are motivated to protect and care for it. The fact that giraffes are often considered profitable on these ranches means that landowners are incentivized to take good care of their populations. They're part of a larger system where every giraffe counts, and it's in the best interest of the rancher to ensure the survival and health of these animals. One critical factor in this success is active management. Unlike national parks where wildlife is left to roam freely, ranches are actively managed to create a balance between animal populations and available resources. The giraffes on these properties are carefully monitored, and ranchers take steps to ensure their environments are stable and sustainable. While South Africa's model has been successful, it hasn't been adopted everywhere. In places like Kenya, giraffe populations are still on the decline, despite efforts to protect them. So, why are these two regions seeing such contrasting outcomes? The main reason lies in the concept of ownership and how wildlife is managed. In countries like Kenya, wildlife is often viewed as a public good, where the land is managed by the government and access to it is highly regulated. Unfortunately, this can lead to inefficiencies, lack of funding, and insufficient management, especially in remote areas. On the other hand, in South Africa, private landowners are encouraged to view wildlife as an economic asset, which incentivizes responsible management practices. This is why giraffe populations are thriving in southern Africa, but not in East Africa. One of the more controversial aspects of wildlife ranching is hunting. Some argue that regulated hunting can be beneficial for conservation, generating significant revenue that can be reinvested into wildlife protection efforts. However, this view is divisive. Proponents claim that hunting helps protect ecosystems and supports local communities. Critics argue that hunting may lead to greed-driven exploitation, where the focus shifts from conservation to profit. In theory, hunting provides a large sum of money from a single animal, but in practice, it doesn't always work out as planned. When greed takes over, it can lead to unsustainable practices and undermines the conservation efforts. Nonetheless, in some areas, hunting has helped preserve ecosystems and wildlife populations, creating a financially sustainable model that benefits both the animals and the communities. The question remains, should humans interfere with nature to protect species like giraffes? Some argue that we have already altered the landscape so much that fully natural systems are no longer feasible. In South Africa, for example, no land is truly free roaming anymore. All wildlife is constrained by fences, making it necessary for humans to actively manage animal populations. This kind of management isn't without controversy. Many conservationists believe that wildlife should be left to thrive on their own, without human interference. But others, especially in southern Africa, argue that this idealized hands-off approach simply isn't realistic anymore. They believe we must intervene to ensure the survival of species, especially in a world where land is increasingly fragmented and human-wildlife conflict is rising. As giraffe populations continue to decline in many parts of Africa, active management through wildlife ranching may be their best hope. The ranching model, although controversial, has shown success in preserving not only giraffes, but a variety of wildlife in southern Africa. By incentivizing landowners to protect and manage wildlife, these ranches are creating a sustainable model for conservation. But the question remains, can this model be applied successfully across the continent? In regions where land ownership is less clear and wildlife is viewed as a public good, it might not be as effective. Conservationists will need to find ways to adapt the principles of wildlife ranching to fit the specific needs of different African countries. As we look to the future, the key to giraffe conservation lies in finding the right balance between human intervention and natural processes. In some areas like southern Africa, wildlife ranching has proven to be a successful model. But for it to work elsewhere, there must be careful consideration of local conditions, ownership rights, and the ethical implications of managing wildlife for profit. While wildlife ranching isn't the perfect solution for every region, it offers a viable option for giraffes and other species on the brink of extinction. It's up to us to determine how to best integrate conservation with economic and community development, ensuring that both wildlife and people can thrive together. What do you think? Can ranching truly save giraffes? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Super Stubborn Animal for more critical content.